Hello and welcome to the O'Shea Vlogcast podcast. You can see I got this big ass mic in my fucking face, looking like a Baptist church preacher. But nevertheless, I would like to wish all of the subscribers from my main channel a very happy holidays. And I'm sure you're enjoying your loved ones. But today I'd like to speak upon this particular topic. Today, what I am dealing with is this second debate that Tariq Nasheed had with one Tucker Carlson of Fox News, the very witty white conservative Republican. Now, while I am talking to you about this, I'd like to go back to the first debate. And in the first debate, we were clearly able to see Tariq Nasheed was no match for Tucker Carlson as far as intelligence, as far as even answering simple questions. Let's get it straight. Tariq Nasheed may be a bright guy, but arguing white supremacy is something that is not his field. He was thoroughly embarrassed by one of Tucker Carlson. This is probably a consensus. Now, I want to talk about the fact that when a news network who is consistently on the right, and Fox News has always been on the right as far as Republican attitude, as far as fiscal spending, as far as being anti-social justice warrior, they offered Tariq Nasheed a debate with Tucker Carlson for the mere fact that they felt Tariq Nasheed was no match. And clearly we saw that in the first debate. I mean, Tariq Nasheed is running his mouth on Twitter, being reckless as he always is. But that wasn't good enough for Tariq Nasheed. Shortly thereafter, he has a kerfuffle or a disagreement with Tommy Sotomayor on DJ Vlad's studio. Now, I don't know why Tucker Carlson didn't particularly bring up this incident that he had with Tommy Sotomayor, but what he did point out in the second interview with Tariq Nasheed is the fact that Tariq Nasheed wrote a few player and MacBooks. And what Tucker Carlson pretty much did was he went back into a particular excerpt and said, hey, Tariq Nasheed, do you remember when you wrote this? If you want to get women, tell them what they want to hear. Now, why is Tucker Carlson doing this? He's doing this to discredit him. And what Tariq Nasheed did was fell right into the loop. He said, well, that's a bunch of satire. I wrote that book with some jokes and some satire. In so many words, I lied in the book, but it wasn't serious. So wait a minute, Tariq Nasheed. Mac Lessons, which is a book aimed to help black men pick up black women. You mean to tell me that you're telling black men lies, the people that you're trying to help in your book series? So wait a minute. So either one or the two are the truth. Either one, you're lying to black men about what they should do to pick up people or black women. Or two, you're being disingenuous to black women by telling black men that they should lie to. And what Tucker Carlson is trying to point the fact out is, I don't give a fuck what you're saying from here on that. The fact is, you are a liar. And Tariq Nasheed says it's just satire. What am I meaning when I'm saying this? I'm saying that if Tariq Nasheed would lie to black men concerning the fact that, hey, I believe you should tell people what they want to hear to get what you want, Would Tariq Nasheed not also lie to the black community with regards to white supremacy? Now, let's get it straight. I'm not going to say that Tariq Nasheed is altogether lying about white supremacy. If you're on my other channel, then you would absolutely know the conservative white right is a piece of shit sometimes. They are just as racist as the liberal white left. The one thing that I do respect about the conservative white right is that they are a little bit more honest about it. They'll say, hey, niggas, get your shit together. You're your own fucking problem. We are not your problem. A lot of that is true. But when dealing with the conservative white right, you could have a black man do the same crime in a Republican state, and you can have a white man do the same crime in a Republican state against a black person. The conservative white right will do one of two things. They will ignore it as if it didn't happen, or they will let that person go free, which is what we saw with John R.K. Howard in Boise, in Idaho, where this guy went and raped a black disabled young man, pretty much put a clothes hanger in his asshole, did this with other friends. They let those guys go free. Meanwhile, Corey Beatty in Nashville, Tennessee, does something similar to a white woman, is given 15 years and made to look like a fucking animal amongst media. And the conservative white right wanted his head. Now, the conservative white right is a piece of shit. I'm going to go ahead and call it out. I'm a conservative, but I'm not a conservative to gain fans from the conservative white right. No, I'm not. But the conservative white right has a lot of truth with regards to telling black people to get their hands out of their ass. That's what black people need to hear. Tariq Nasheed does make some good points about white supremacy not being fair. However, Tariq Nasheed is too far to the fucking left, where everything that's done to a black person, he will make it seem as if it is white supremacy's fault. For an example, there was the guy who committed that fucking stabbing in Ohio State University. This guy is a fucking lunatic. Once again, though, when that guy is killed by a white police officer, here goes Tariq Nasheed playing the social justice warrior bitch game. As most assholes pro-blacks do. That's what they do. Now, there comes a time where you must be balanced in your racial profiling or your white supremacy profiling. You must try to call it down the middle. And I try to be as fair, as balanced as I can with attacking the liberal left, which I hate the liberal left. I don't hate the conservative right, but I know the conservative right is also disingenuous as fuck. I trust them more than I trust the liberal left because at least they're honest about what they're saying. But everything is not white racism against black people. We have to fucking see that. Everything is not racism. And Tariq Nasheed tries to make everything 200% of the times racism. And see, this is what I don't get. And let me make this fucking clear. When you do that and you try to persuade black people, just as he tried to persuade black men, by what? Telling them what they want to hear. Black people like to hear, listen, we're victims. Black people like to hear, it's not our fault. Black people like to hear, it's the white man's fault. This is what black people like. They have an affinity for this type of fuckery. So Tariq Nasheed, who knows that, and he's pimped black people before, black men before on his math lessons, what he will then do, he will come right back to black people as a whole. He went from writing dating books, now he's writing pimping books. So many words. He tells black people who want to hear that it's the white man's fault. Everything's the white man's fault. And because you have a lot of black people who have such a fucking low intelligence, they will follow that. I mean, I'm Calypso, Oregon. I'm preaching, nigga. I'm preaching. So what Tucker Carlson did was say, hey, listen, dude, you have a history of lying. You've been lying not only about white supremacy, you've been lying to black people for years. And just that part alone to prove that he was a liar, no matter what good points he makes in the future, it should be discredited. That's what Tucker Carlson's trying to do. Like, listen, people should not even listen to you. You have a history of lying. You have a history of being disingenuous. Therefore, nothing that you say should be taken serious. And you know what? He's right. There's no way Tariq Nasheed can go on to Tucker Carlson's show and win. The only chance Tariq Nasheed has is to invite Tucker Carlson to his show. Which, let's be honest, Tucker Carlson's not going to go to Tariq Nasheed's home base studio in his basement where he does his fucking radio show and debate Tariq Nasheed. It's not going to happen. Tariq Nasheed does not have number one, the resources to do that, or the money to invite Tucker Carlson. And Tucker Carlson wouldn't take it anyway. He doesn't have to. He has the biggest platform. Why would you go debate Tariq Nasheed? And the only views it would get is to be on YouTube. Tariq Nasheed doesn't have his own television network. He doesn't have any access to things. It's stupid for Tucker Carlson to even do that. So this is where we are right now. Tariq Nasheed just needs to take this fucking L. He needs to debate Tommy Sotomayor or somebody, and Tariq Nasheed has lost debates before. I believe he debated some feminist. Like, he wanted to even fight her. Tariq Nasheed is not a bright guy. He is not. His creativity comes from maybe his movies or maybe his books. But as far as being straight analytical and debating the premise, Tariq Nasheed is not an intelligent person. It's something that he's not good at. I am not good at fucking throwing a baseball 90 miles per hour fucking either. You don't see me out there trying to outpitch Nolan Ryan in 1982. I'm just not going to do that. That's not my gift. But I just wanted to make a quick rant on this. Let me actually go to the stream here. I'm trying out this new microphone. I don't know how it sounds, so let me look. What the fuck is this shit? Okay, so does this? Hello, everybody. Now, does this sound really good? Those of you who are in the comment section, how does the sound on your end sound? Those of you who are watching, can you please comment? Does it sound like a microphone, or does it sound like does it sound professionally good, like a studio sound quality? Straight. Sounds good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this microphone setup on my. I'm going to go back to the next page. I'll do. Okay, thank you. I'm going to do another hangout on my main page. This page, I try to do a little bit more serious stuff, but I will be vlogcasting. Now, those of you know, I'm an indoor swap meet. Okay, sounds a little bit. Okay, so I will be doing a few vlogcasts over here every day. So unfortunately, with the Christmas season, I was a little bit busy, but I want to keep the channel here a little bit active. So I really appreciate all of you who've been subscribing over here. I just bought a new 4K camera, so I will be out about in the streets and showing you guys a little bit of Poland, Europe. I'll be in Ukraine in a few days, so we'll be able to see a little bit of Ukraine. Those of you who have questions about many things, I do have the time to answer now. planetoshay@gmail.com. I don't typically have a lot of time to answer emails, but I will for the next 3 to 4 days because I don't have anything to do. So subscribe, share, all of those things. See you guys on the next channel. Thanks for watching. Peace.